Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is November 7th, 2024, and Barcelona have signed yet another new sponsorship deal. Also, we're gonna discuss how much money Barcelona has made so far in the Champions League. And finally, we're gonna review Thierry Henry's statements in regards to Xavi Hernandez and why I disagree with him. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the Goal Kit, Skip Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to hit the Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now, begin this video with more impressive statistics by Hansi Flick's Barcelona, because as you might recall in yesterday's podcast, I told you about how Hansi Flick's Barcelona is the highest scoring club in the Champions League. They're also the highest scoring club in La Liga, having scored more goals than both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid combined. And I also told you about that record that Hansi Flick's Barcelona broke, where they have scored 55 goals in 60 matches, breaking a 75-year-old record of 54 goals in 60 matches that stood all the way since the 1951-1952 season. But that's not it, because there's another impressive statistics to just highlight how impressive is Hansi Flick's Barcelona, and that statistic is the following. As you can see, Barcelona is the highest scoring club in Europe's top 5 leagues, having scored 40 goals in 12 matches. Second place is Bayern Munich with 32 goals in 9 matches. Then there's PSG with 29 goals in 10 matches. Atalanta, 29 goals in 11 matches. And finally, Inter Milan, 25 goals in 11 matches. And again, Barcelona, the highest scoring club in the Champions League, in La Liga, and in Europe's top 5 leagues, which again highlights how impressive is Hansi Flick's Barcelona. Now, more good news, because Barcelona have signed yet another sponsorship agreement to add to the 30+ sponsorship agreements that this board of directors have been able to sign, increasing Barcelona's revenues. And this agreement is with Raventos Codorniu. I think that's how you say it. It's Spain's oldest winemaker. They not only make wine, but they also make cava, which is a Spanish alcoholic drink. And Barcelona have signed a new sponsorship agreement with this winemaker for 5 seasons until 2029. And this winemaker will be the official wine and cava partner of Barcelona in the new Spotify Camp Nou Stadium, where their drinks are gonna be served in the VIP areas. And with this, Barcelona secure yet another source of income, increasing the sources of income for Barcelona, which of course means more money for the club, which means a faster way to get out of the financial hole that we're currently in. And of course, that's all thanks to the hard work of Joan Laporta and his board of directors. Now, speaking of revenue and money, it's time to talk about how much money Barcelona have made in the Champions League. I know some of you have asked me this question, Mo, how much money is Barcelona gonna make during this new format of the Champions League where there's more matches played? And well, I do have some numbers for you, because Barcelona so far have made 25 million euros in this Champions League. 18.62 million have come just from Barcelona's participation in the tournament, and another 6.3 million euros have come from each victory that Barcelona have achieved, because for each victory, UEFA pays the club, the victor, 2.1 million euros. And since Barcelona have defeated 3 teams, Young Boys, Red Star, and Bayern Munich, they've received 2.1 million euros for each one of those victories, totaling 6.3, and when you add them to the 18.62, that's nearly 25 million euros that Barcelona have made so far. Now, Barcelona still have 4 more matches to play in the group stages. If they win each one of them, they can make 8.4 million euros extra. Plus, if they finish in the top 8, they receive a 2 million euro bonus. So Barcelona could end up making 35 million euros just from the group stages. That's not even counting the knockout stages. So definitely good news for Barcelona and its finances. And alongside with a new sponsorship deal, hey, more money. They usually say more problems, but in the case of Barcelona, more money, less problems. Now, finally, we will end this video by discussing Thierry Henry. I know it pisses a lot of people when I say that, but it's pretty fun to say. But Thierry Henry has made some statements about Xavi Hernandez in the show that he participates in as a commentator, which is the CBS something. It's a Champions League program. It's a pretty funny program, by the way, for those of you who can watch it. It's Thierry Henry, Kate Updo, or Kate Scott now, she's married, and what's her name, Jamie Carragher. Really funny show. But in yesterday's edition of the show, when they were talking about Barcelona and their success under Flick, Thierry Henry made these controversial statements defending his friend and his former teammate Xavi Hernandez by saying the following: I don't think Hansi Flick started a new era. Xavi did. Again, I don't think Hansi Flick started a new era. Xavi did. He has continued what Xavi did with Kouarsi and Yamal, who have now come up. Now the work he was also doing for 2 years with the players has been consolidated. So Thierry Henry saying that part of Flick's success is thanks to Xavi Hernandez, who had started the work by promoting Lamine and Kouarsi, and of course by coming before Flick and working with the players, which Flick still has. And I have to say, I completely disagree. Now, I hate to disagree with Henry because I love him as a player. I think he's an absolute beast, one of the best attackers in modern football. And of course, he played in Barcelona. He won a treble with Barcelona. So I do love Thierry Henry. I have plenty of respect for him. But I have to disagree with his statements for 3 main reasons. First of all, to say that Xavi is responsible for Flick's success because Xavi promoted Lamine and Kouarsi and because he came before him, it doesn't add up. It's the same thing as saying that Ronald Koeman is responsible for La Liga title and the Spanish Super Cup that Xavi won because Koeman came before Xavi, just like Xavi came before Flick. And under Koeman, Gabi, Pedri, and Alejandro Balde were promoted or were debuted, right? And Xavi used those 3 players. So therefore, Koeman is responsible for Xavi's work, just like Xavi is responsible for Flick's work. Hey, we can even go back even further. We could say that Koeman is responsible for Flick's success because, again, Flick uses Pedri, Gavi, and Balde, which Koeman debuted. So you can see how that argument just does not follow through. It just collapses on its own. But there's more reasons. The second reason why I disagree with Thierry Henry is because Hansi Flick is not continuing Xavi's work. He's not building on Xavi's work. Hansi Flick has started a whole new system of play, a whole new identity. It's not like Xavi built a system and then Flick came and used the same system and improved it. No. Flick threw the playbook at the window and he started from scratch, teaching the team a whole new philosophy, a whole new system of play that Xavi was not using before. So no, Flick is not continuing Xavi's work. Flick is starting new work from scratch. And the third and final reasons why I disagree with Thierry Henry is because Xavi's team was not improving under him. Now you might say, what does that have to do with anything? I'll tell you why. Projects take time. There's no doubt about it. When a coach takes over a project, the coach has to learn his players. He has to learn who can do what, who can play where. The players have to get used to their coach. They have to learn his tactics, his system, his strategy. And finally, the players have to learn how to play with each other within that system and build that chemistry and learn how to read each other's movements. That takes time. And while that learning is going on, the team is going to have bumps. They're going to make mistakes, and it's normal. But eventually, things start to click and the team starts to improve. Now, as the team is improving, doesn't mean that the team now is a championship winning team. Doesn't mean that the team is where it's supposed to be. No, they're on their way there. But nonetheless, they're still improving. They're growing. And that's how you know a project is headed in the correct way. Under Xavi Hernandez, that didn't happen. It was actually the opposite. The team was getting worse because the best form of Barcelona under Xavi Hernandez was when he first arrived during that first half season that he played, where we beat Real Madrid 0-4, where we won most of those matches for the remainder season, being able to go from the 12th to the 2nd place. That was the best Barcelona under Xavi. The following season, when we won La Liga, the team got worse. Yes, we won La Liga, but how did we win it? We win it with a pretty bad display of football, very slow, lethargic, highly predictable football, where the team was barely scraping by wins, winning 1-0, 2-1, where we spent the last 20 minutes of every match praying to God that the referee blows the whistle because we were getting hammered and at any point the opposition could, tie us or even beat us. That's how we won La Liga. And that, of course, as I said back then when we won La Liga, that's not sustainable because when you play bad football, you might get away with it for some time. You might win a thing or two by playing bad football, but eventually it catches up with you. You cannot play bad football forever. You cannot get away with playing bad football forever. And that's exactly what happened last season. The team imploded. They played even worse. And not only did we end the season trophyless, we actually got humiliated on several occasions. We got thrashed by Girona twice, where they scored 4 goals each time. We got thrashed by Villarreal, who scored 5 goals against us. We got thrashed by Real Madrid, Athletic Club de Bilbao, PSG. We got humiliated time and time again because the team was not playing good football. So no, you can't say that Flick took over what Xavi started because Xavi's project was not headed anywhere. It was actually headed downwards as the team was getting worse and worse. And then Flick came, threw the playbook out the window, started from scratch, built a whole new system, and that system is the one that's working. Not Xavi's, Flick's system, it's the one that's working, and that's why I disagree with Thierry Henry. But of course, I'm always curious to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think about Henry's statements? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? Tell me why down below in the comment section. And with that, we'll end this video. But of course, there's another video coming, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Peace, Barça.